Hello guys, Dr. B here with you again. I want to continue on a video that we did recently about being authentic. But today I want to ask you, are you willing? Are you willing to be authentic? I know it's challenging because we live in a society where we are morally bankrupt and so anemic when it comes to authenticity. So I'd have to ask you, are you willing? Are you willing to be authentic in such a society? It's like when you want to be so authentic, it's like you're standing in the gap. It's like you're gonna be like, you feel like you're the only person who's being that, because everybody's so caught up with social media. People want to flash things that they don't own. They want to pretend to wear a watch they don't even have, that they borrowed from somebody. They want to be driving the big cars. In the meantime, their rents are not paid. But are you willing to be authentic? So often, like I said, it's like you're standing in the gap where no one else or just so many are not willing to stand there. Are you willing? Are you willing to be authentic? Are you willing to be authentic and be normal? To just stand in the gap, to just stand there and then no one else is by you? Would you be able to absorb that type of pressure? I hope you understand where I'm coming from. It's just not being authentic, but you have to think of the extra things. Like when you become that person, it's just like progress. It's just like when you're at a spiritual level, when people are not at your level, it's like, what's wrong with you? Instead of what's right with you, they tend to ask you what's wrong with you. But deep inside there's nothing wrong with you. You're just growing. When you're growing, people are always finding that challenging. It's just like sometimes when there's a little kid, you used to know, and you're like, oh, go get me some water, okay. Go get me some food, okay. And then when they turn 13 or when they turn 16, go get me some water. What's wrong with your legs? Go get me something to eat. What's wrong with your hands? Go make your own food. So that's kind of like how it's like, suddenly when this child reacts to you this way, and you're like, what's wrong with you? But there's nothing wrong with them. They're just growing. So are you willing? Are you willing to grow? Are you willing to be authentic? Are you willing to be authentic to the point where you can stop and help someone in need? Nowadays, what we see in society is that someone is drowning. You see everybody with their camera. Oh my God, look at this. You see someone got hit by a car. People like, oh my God, get their camera out. But what happened to society? What happened to humanity? What happened to who we are and the way things used to be?